going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we got a turbo for the Golf, and this is something I've been anticipating for a while. Now this company XS Power went ahead and sent us over a turbo for the MK4 track build, so let's take a look at it. I already opened it, but the packaging was excellent. The turbo is protected, which is the most important part. But we got the KO4 001 XL with the forge wastegate actuator and the billet compressor wheel. So this is a really nice upgrade from your stock KO4, and this is going to outperform, outflow, and make so much more power than the KO4. Just because of the difference in inlet size. This is a 50 millimeter rather than your 39 or 40, I don't remember. And then you get a nice wastegate actuator that comes with different springs too if you want to run a different wastegate setting. Right now the stock one that comes in these is an 8-pound spring, kind of like stock, so that's nice. That gives us a good baseline for tuning. So they give you the downpipe gasket and then the manifold, the turbo gasket, as well as the oil feed gasket, but I am missing the coolant crush washers, so that's something I'll have to try to find. It does make my job a little more difficult, so maybe if you guys could get those beforehand, or XS Power, if you're watching this, maybe give some out to us, but not too big of a deal. We'll go ahead and get some, but we may need to make another downpipe or drain tube gasket because there's only one. So we'll see as we go. I mean, it is custom. We're doing it. It's not always a direct bolt on, so we have to figure out things as we go. So I already took the old KO4 off. So this video is going to be like if you already took your old turbo off and you want to know how to put it on. This is a great video. You're going to know how to put it on, what challenges there are, which there's not really many. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. So comparing these two turbos, you can clearly see this exhaust housing is way bigger than this. Now it may be hard to tell on camera, but it's a lot bigger just by feel. Now another thing to look at, let's look at this inlet. It's like bigger on one side and skinnier on the other. This side's even, so they did a good job there. Now this wastegate actuator looks amazing. And you can see the little flap in there. It's lined up, it's marked, they've set it. It's perfect. This one's off center. The plunger is like not even lined up with the actual freaking thing. It's all messed up. And then the casting in this is rough and it's not as open as this, so this flows a lot more. And then the second thing I want to point out, let me show you guys. Let me get my flashlight. So the fin design, look how much open you could see the fins in there, and then you could barely see the fins poking through. So they cut out a lot more for that exhaust wheel to flow a lot faster and build more top end. So it gets quicker spool and flows up top. So that's what's cool about this turbo. And then the other key importance is this billet wheel. That's a big weight reduction, so quicker spool up time, and it lasts so much longer than the steel ugly wheel. And you can see the exhaust housing differences. That one and that one. Look how cheap that one looks. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swap the OEM lines over to this one, and then I'll update you guys from there, and then we'll get it installed onto the car. Alright, we got all the lines swapped over. I made sure I cleaned everything. I used acetone on the surface to clean all the mating surfaces. The gasket they provided I used on the oil, drain. And then I just reused the old crush washers. No big a deal. I don't think they're going to leak. They looked fine to me. And then I made a gasket out of this new dirt bike gasket that I wasn't using for the drain tube. And I made sure I cleaned that really nice. Alright, I was able to stretch my inlet pipe over So I'm gonna try to install it with this on the car because I don't even want to know what it's like to try to get that on the car. All right, we're gonna attempt to put the inlet on with all this stuff going on. So climb up in the car. Oh geez. So how I did it is I slid it this way, down in. Okay, this is annoying. Okay, the turbo manifold right there. And our intake pipe looks like it's about in the same spot where it's supposed to be. I need to come over a little more right here. And then we should be dialed. And down there's the oil feed, and then we got to attach it to the back piece down there. So I'm going to install that off camera because you guys can't really see. But this is kind of where I have to be. And then that needs to go to here. So yeah. Alright, if you're having trouble getting the oil feed line on, what I did is I got a little super glue and I glued the crush washer just a little bit so it stays on. Because the hardest part is trying to get both crush washers to stay on while you're trying to get the oil feed line on. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Right now it's curing, and if it works, I will let you guys know. Okay, so my idea worked. What I did is I used super glue like I said, and I glued it to the actual banjo instead of the housing of the turbo, and that worked perfectly. And then with the coolant line, since it has that little spacer and then you have 3 crush washers, I super glued all those, got them tight. Now another thing to keep note of is this coolant line right here. Now that's super close to your pulley. Now you may need to zip tie that out of the way so it does not hit, because you do not want to rip that off. Now you're gonna have to adjust that when you're tightening it down. I had to play with it and
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
tighten it and loosen it a couple times to get it. Oh yeah. get coolant and oil topped off in it tomorrow, just because it's Christmas and there's nothing open. And then we'll do some driving and we'll get a first reaction. Alright, we officially finished the install. We got her topped off with coolant. We got the oil back in it. And we got our N75 all routed, blow off valve, charge pipes all situated. So like I said, this is like a really easy, straightforward bolt-on kit. And we replaced this crusty, nasty thing. So overall, it was a really good install, and I highly recommend this turbo kit to anybody that wants way more power than a KO4, but wants to keep it reliable in the stock power threshold of the 1.8T without building it. But this is going to be a sick build. Stay tuned for a driving video where we will fill this thing up with some more E85 and go rip it and get some data logs in. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're at 1,000 subscribers already, so we got to keep climbing from there. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.